All right, welcome back everybody to the daily show. I'll be covering the stock market. So before we get started, please hit that like button and that is greatly appreciated. And if you're new here, definitely hit that subscribe button. And now let's get right into the market. All right, so welcome back once again. And you can see here from 10% chances of success to 2 trillion market cap SpaceX historic IPO. And a lot of people are talking about it. As a matter of fact, video that's going to come out, including all the mega cap stocks. I will be taking out Netflix and putting in SpaceX from now on because this is the biggest company that we got right now, bigger than some of the other names that I cover. And you can see, I mean, this thing went over $2 trillion market cap immediately. And guess what happened to the market? Well, the market went higher with this name as well. And now Elon Musk is the richest man. Not only that, the first ever trillionaire that we have here in this planet. Fear and greed index. We're back on fear. We had a little bit of rally, but still on fear. That means what? There could be more juice left in the tank. You can see market sentiment 30% are bullish, almost 48% massive jump are bearish on market, and 22% are neutral. Now, what's on the deck next week, guys? Well, we have new Fed Chair Kevin Warsh will be coming out. There will be no rate cuts. It's going to remain unchanged, but I think this is going to be a big one to watch. This is one of the biggest catalysts this week. Market will be hearing and just to see what Kevin Warsh has to say. So we'll see about that. Definitely Wednesday, he's going to come out and talk about economic projection and what they're going to do in the future. And definitely, you need to hear this if you're trading in the market. Stock market, Forest Dow was up 0.70%, Nasdaq up 0.31%, S&P up 0.50%. But look at Russell here, guys, closing another brand new all-time high. So the breadth is definitely good, and you can see here advancing 55%, declining 40.6. 11 sectors. Basic materials led the way. Financial, utilities, real estate, consumer defensive, energy, technology. I mean, it's all in the green, right? Except healthcare was slightly down. Stock market map. Well, if you look at my screen, a lot of green. Some names like Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Broadcom, Emu, they didn't do much, but overall, a lot of green here on stock market, and that led to that big rally, and especially with small caps going higher on Friday. And now let's get right into S&P 500 and see where things are going next week. On SPY ETF, it was up over 0.5%. And if you look at my screen, I mean, bar to bar, we broke out of this downtrend. If you draw a trend line from the top to the bottom, we actually had that breakout, right? And now that we're going higher, the only thing that I would say if you're expecting more downside, watch for a potential rejection here at 749.55. If that happens, maybe this turns into some sort of a head and shoulder, but we all know how they work, especially in a bull market, they never work. And this is it. The pullback we got about 5% here on this drawdown here from 760 to right here, right about 722. So it was, it wasn't anything crazy, but within the bull market, you can always get 5 to 7% correction, and these are buying opportunities. And now that as long as this low is not gonna get taken out 722, I think market can go higher, especially now the news came out, right? A deal is happening again. I think Pakistan, they're saying that they're really close to a deal, which we know like every day there is a deal, and then it breaks down. We don't have a deal, and the market comes down a little bit, and then we have a deal. So Monday, if this news is really true, expect some sort of a gap up here. So watch out here, 744. That area breaks right here, 20-day as well, we're going higher, 749.55, and then into blue skies, possibly retesting previous all-time highs and going and hitting brand new all-time high. If things are going to look bearish, this is where it needs to stop. 749.55, it needs to come down, it needs to take out 722. As long as we're over that, this consolidation will be just bullish, right? So watch out for that. As of right now, we touched lower Bollinger Band, we went higher, and now it's sitting right here, right about 725, 726. So even if things get really bad, and we break below the 50 SMA here, which is sitting right here, you can see 722 as well. Then you would see more downside. Maybe we come in and maybe retest 716, 712 area right here where we had a lot of chop right here before that breakout. So that would be the next stop to watch for if we get some sort of a breakdown from this low from last week. On triple Q, it's up 0.59% and a nice move up. And as a matter of fact, I bought the dip in bought dip twice on this day, sold on the rally way up, and then bought it back again here, and now that position is up, and I'm just gonna ride it until at least 732.62, this gap here, and it looks really strong. We got a couple of rejection here, but if you look at my screen, we're just slightly under the 20 SMA. If we can get over that, let's say 722, this thing definitely getting up to 732.62 to close the gap and possibly even higher. We get rejection here right about 722, 725, this area. And if it comes back, what I would be watching, maybe we come back, fake out. A lot of people again like, oh, we're going lower and fill, these two gaps, and then the market rallies back up to the upside, and that would be a nice retracement, right? But I don't know if that's going to take place, especially with SpaceX IPO and all that. How things are going really good for the market. I don't know if that's going to be the case. So watch out. I mean, this is going to be a key support zone to watch. That's 714, 715, below that 709, and that 5-day moving average is right there at 711. So this thing here definitely holding up. Nice bounce. If you look at this weekly bar, what do you see? I mean, this is an big move to the downside, but the dip buyers, they were able to buy the dip, and we have a long wick on this candle. So this is a daily, weekly hammer type candle. And if this is going to continue, definitely watch for this gap fill reversal from here. Otherwise, we're going back up to all-time highs. And given the fact that semis, especially SOXX and SMH, they were both up near all-time highs. So when you see semiconductor going back up to all-time highs, that means what? QQQ will follow, and then S&P will follow triple Q. All right, so just a quick reminder to those who are really serious about trading and want to do this full time. You can see we had a bunch of trades last week and they were fantastic. And BDP massive gains 45K for the week, which was really good to see. And if you really want to do this, like we had LMT calls that we sold, we had Walmart that we sold, then we had Google and a bunch of other trades. And if you're really serious about trading, you want to do this full time, head over to Patreon, and that link will be down below in the description. And if you go for annual membership, you do save some money. So check it out, guys. On Dow, it's up 0.73%. So Dow Jones here, you can see we got a doji type of candle, but it's green, right? So this thing is pretty close to all-time highs. There was no breakdown. We had a little bit of selling here, but totally healthy. We came into this area, a lot of consolidation before that break. We retested successfully here, and now we're going back up. So watch out for this 517, 518 to break, and then heading into blue skies again, possibly higher. This one didn't go that high like Nasdaq, so it can definitely catch up. If it comes back, there will be support right here at 508, 506.35, 503, and then flat 500 before going lower. On IWM, it's up 0.87%, so brand new all-time high and closing at a brand new all-time high, which is fantastic. So the breadth, and especially small caps, if they're doing this, hitting all-time highs ahead of everyone else, that means what? The market breadth is really good right now. And it does not mean that market cannot come down, but it looks really good, right? We had this nice move up, We had this decent pullback. Now we're going back up. I mean, you can see it right here. We had this nice move up, pull back, up, pull back, up, pull back, up. So maybe 300 plus, and then we get to see some sort of a retracement down here like 292, which is holding right now. So IWM definitely that 292 is the key line in the sand for Monday's session. Underneath that, watch out for 287.49, and then we can talk about downside. As of right now, it looks really strong, even though we had a little bit of selling at the end, but it was going outside the weekly expected move, so it just came back in a little bit. Watch out to the upside. I mean, if this thing remains over 292, I think we can get up to 297 300 easily here on IWM. On VIX, it was down 9%. So VIX, I even had it set that VIX hits 23-ish. I'm gonna go long in the market, and this is exactly what we did. We loaded up on a lot of things, and guess what, guys? Everything is green because how the market came down quickly and VIX shot up very quickly, and now the market almost recovered, right? So VIX going up 40% in a day, which was this day right here. And I think I did make a video here that 40% does not make any sense without any big news. So it was just some profit taking. And now that that's over, you can see volatility coming in. We're in positive gamma, and that means one thing: the market can go higher possibly after a little bit of consolidation. So VIX under 18, definitely bearish. Can come down even more. If it gets over 18, watch out for 1963 to 20, possibly up to 2155. And then this high has to be taken out for more upside. So 23 is going to be the key line in the sand here to the upside if this thing can break and able to hold here. We need to talk about dollar a little bit. I think the dollar came off on Friday, but not much. You can see it's kind of in that defensive move right here, just flagging. We had this flag type here, a little bit of breakout, and just if we can hold over 100, then I guess dollar will be going higher. And this is the trend line, monthly trend line, which is holding so far. So if the dollar heading higher, that's when you got to be a little bit cautious here in this market. But as of right now, I mean, everything looks good, and market seems like it wants to go even higher unless there is some catalyst, some bad news comes out, which is going to trigger that sell-off once again. And I hope, that's not the case because of what's happening in the market. So far, it just one-way ticket to the upside, and finally we had that pullback last week. And now that we got that, that's out of the way. Market can press higher. And that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching.